Do you ever felt like life is just one endless loop? Wake up, work, pay bills, repeat. That is the rat race. And let me tell you, it is literally designed to keep you stuck. I know this because I've lived it. When I first arrived in America with $200 in my pocket, I did realize that working harder was not a way out. That real trap is not your job, your paycheck, or even the economy, nor the president. It's the habits that keep us spinning in a cycle of just getting by. And today, I'm breaking down 7 middle-class habits that most people don't even realize are holding them back. These are exact habits I had to break to transform my life. I went from struggling just to make ends meet to being named SBA's for the state of Maryland Minority Small Business Person of the Year for the year of 2023, running a $1.5 million recurring cleaning business, building real estate investments, publishing a book, and launching a tech company. And here's the best part. You don't even need to spend years figuring this out or read all the books I have read. I've distilled the lessons from Atomic Habits by James Clear, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, The Miracle Morning Millionaires by Hal Elrod, and more into simple, actionable steps you can start applying today. For example, habit stacking, a powerful concept from Atomic Habits, shows you how to anchor a new habit to something that you already do, so it feels like natural. And here's the surprise: building habits takes 60 days to 180 days, not the 2 weeks misconception that many think and believe into. It's about small, consistent actions that replace bad habits with better ones. What you want to do is start small, build momentum, and let's break down how to create a life you don't need to escape from. Number 1, living beyond your means. And we've always been there, telling ourselves, I work hard, so I do deserve this. A new car, a bigger TV, designer clothes, fancy watch, or even a bigger house feels like a reward to all that effort that we put into. But here is the truth. This mindset traps you into a never-ending cycle of debt and stress, keeping you tied to your very next paycheck. Here's something to think about. And I've noticed as I would drive through a lower income neighborhoods and saw fancy luxury cars parked outside government subsidized housing, while in the wealthy areas in something completely different. Practical, reliable cars. Wealthy people focus on building assets while the rest prioritize short-term rewards that lose value fairly quick. I deserve this because I've worked hard. That was my mindset when I first started out. Whether it was treating myself to a nice dinner or dreaming about flashy car or a fancy watch, I literally thought that those things symbolize success and people would respect me more if I had those things. Eventually though, I realized that living beyond one's means not only strains a wallet, but it also locks the person into a cycle of stress and debt. Coming from a cash-only system in my home country, I had a unique advantage. I lived in a rented townhouse and ran my business out of my basement for years. Every dollar I earned went back into growing the business. That discipline allowed me to avoid the paycheck to paycheck grind and build a foundation for a true financial freedom. And how to break this? So what you want to do is you want to track every dollar that you have. Use tools like Mint or Google Sheets or Excel because you want to find out where your money is going. Adopt a cash-only mindset. Spend only on what you have, not what you hope to earn. This creates discipline and helps you stay out of debt. Turn liabilities into assets. Literally, rent out unused items like your basement, tools, or even your car. Turn things you already possess into income streams. Disattach yourself from those things. As Dave Ramsey said, too many people buy things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they do not like. Don't fall into the same trap. Focus on building real wealth instead. Number 2, neglecting self-education. Formal education might get you a job, but self-education will build your freedom. For years, I thought a degree and solid work were just enough. I had a growing business, a house with 2 garages, and even paid vacations. Life looked pretty good from the outside. But here's what I didn't realize: as my business grew, so did the challenges. I ignored personal development, thinking I didn't need it, and that nearly cost me everything. I personally thought I had everything figured out. My business was thriving and I felt like I'd made it. But soon I hit the wall. The stress piled up, my health was suffering, and my relationship starting to break down. I was spinning my wheels, burning out, and had no idea how to move forward. That's when I realized the problem was that I stopped learning. I dove into books, for example, American Morning Millionaires, Essentialism. These books completely reshaped my perspective. I started attending seminars, learning about systems, automation, prioritizing. The challenges didn't happen overnight, but it transformed my life eventually. The biggest breakthrough, realizing that the people you surround yourself with matter. As Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. I became ruthless, literally, about protecting my time and energy. I evaluated my circle, eliminated, cut out negative influences, and thought out people who inspired me to grow. That simple shift elevated both my personal life and my business. And if you're in this cycle, how do you break it? So what you want to do is commit to a lifelong learning. Start small, 1 book a month or 15 minutes a day, listening to apps if listening is your gig. There's a free app called Libby, paid ones, Audible or Blinkist. The key is consistency. And then evaluate your circle. Are the people in your life trying to hold you back, or those are the ones who lift you up? Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you to grow. And of course, as with everything else, you want to start small. Dedicate just 15 minutes a day to reading, journaling, or watching educational content. Small actions compound into big results. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the biggest interest. The time you spend learning today is the foundation of the freedom you'll have tomorrow. Number 3, fearing failure. And we're all guilty of it. Failure, just one word itself, used to paralyze me. I thought every mistake was a reflection who I was, a sign that I wasn't good enough. And I'd be like awake at night, replaying my failures in my head, unable to go to sleep, worrying about what people would think if I did not succeed. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It is the stepping stone to success. Failure wasn't just something I feared. It literally consumed me. My first business completely bombed. I poured time, money, and energy, all my hopes, just to watch it to crumble. I was devastated. I questioned everything, my abilities, my choices, my future. But as painful as it was, it taught me one of the most important lessons of my life. Failure is feedback. It's not the end of the story. Unless, of course, you choose to quit. I sat down, analyzed everything, what went wrong, and used that knowledge to pivot. I adjusted my strategy, tried again, and built my cleaning business from scratch. The same business now generates $1.5 million in recurring revenue. If I had left failure to define me, I wouldn't be here today. And here's the key. Failure teaches you what does not work, so you can find out what does. Every no gets you closer to a yes. As Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I've just found out 10,000 ways that won't work. And every failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and adapt. And how do you want to break this cycle? Reframe failure as feedback. Instead of thinking, I failed, ask, what did I learn from it? Instead of saying, why did it happen to me? Say, what is it trying to teach me? Write down the lessons and use them to improve. Take small calculated risk. Start by stepping outside of your comfort zone. Each small risk builds resilience and confidence. Remember, failure is part of the process. If you are not failing, you're not pushing hard enough. Every successful person has a pile of failures behind them. Failure isn't something to fear. It is something to embrace. Without it, growth is not possible. The next time you fail, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what comes next? Number 4, trading time for money. The middle class mindset trains us to trade time for money. Clock in, clock out, repeat. But here is the problem. This approach puts us a hard ceiling into your income and earning capability. Why? Because there are only 24 hours in a day. And if you only earning when you're working, you're stuck in a loop where your income is forever limited by your time. Sarah Gray once said, build your own dreams or someone else will hire you to build theirs. And that quote has been stuck on my bathroom mirror for years now, staring back at a time as a daily reminder. When I first came to America, I was told this was the land of opportunities. And it is, but only if you take the leap into work for yourself. 15 years later, I'm proud that my cleaning company now generates that income, and I've achieved all the other achievements that I've mentioned. I had to overcome the fear of failure and accept that setbacks would be part of the process. While I knew that as long as I traded my time for money, I'd never be paid what I truly was worth. I had to take that very first step to build something of my own. And here's the reality: when a plumber charges you, let's say $400 for 20 minutes of their work, you're not paying for the time it took. You're paying for the years of experience it took to know exactly how to fix that problem in 20 minutes. That's when it clicked. I decided to become exceptional at one thing, delivering incredible service, in this case for cleaning services. And when I did, the market started to reward me for my expertise. And if you're stuck in the same cycle, this is how you break it. You want to build a passive income stream. Start with recurring contracts, rental properties, digital products that generate income, or even when you're not working, because that's what you want to do. Automate anything that you do repetitively. Free up your time by delegating or using tools that handle routine work. Stop trading time for money. Shift your focus on creating assets and bringing value, things that work for you, not the other way around. Trading time for money will always limit your growth and earning potential. But when you shift to building income streams that work for you, you now magically unlock the freedom to scale your life and your business. And the very first step would be is to start building something that pays you while you are asleep. Next, number 5, avoiding discomfort. Growth and comfort are like oil and water. They do not mix well. Yet for so long, I let comfort dictate my personal choices. I avoided risks like pitching big clients or experimenting with new strategies because stepping into unknown feels terrifying. But here's the hard truth: staying comfortable is the fastest way to stay stuck. I learned this lesson the hard way. I was terrified of leaving the stability of a steady paycheck. While I had the best bosses ever, actually, I kept on procrastinating it and coming up with every excuse to delay. Finally, though, one day I decided I couldn't wait any longer. And then I took the deep breath, stepped out of my comfort zone, and started my business and quit my previous job with an advance notice, of course. And the rest is the history. On one of my first international trips to Montreal, I stayed in an Airbnb business, and I clearly remember the scene. Above the bed, where was a small plaque or a note that read, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone." That phrase stuck with me. Every time I've pushed myself to embrace discomfort, whether in business or life, I've grown exponentially. The rewards are always on the other side of fear. So how do you break this? Take one bold action every week. It doesn't have to be massive. Make a cold call, pitch a potential client, or even lay down on the floor for literally 2 minutes, and don't even apologize for it. Do it first with your friends and then do it without them. This is the technique. I took it from the 4-Hour Workweek, and it's pretty cool from Tim Ferriss. Try it. I've tried it. It's pretty amazing. You'll be wowed for the confidence boost it gives to you and how other people react to you and how they start seeing you afterwards. And then focus on long-term gain. Remind yourself that discomfort is temporary, but the growth and opportunities it brings can change your life forever. Build momentum. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, it gets easier. The confidence and progress you will feel are worth it. Every time you embrace discomfort, you expand what is now possible. So the next time fear creeps in, remind yourself, the growth you are seeking lives just outside of your comfort zone. Take the leap. It's always worth it. Number 6, overvaluing material possessions. Let's get one thing straight. Success isn't about how much you own. It's not about the flashy car, the latest tech, or a wearable full designer clothes. True success is about the freedom and fulfillment you feel. And for a long time, I didn't realize that. Early in my career, I thought success meant upgrading my lifestyle. I dreamt of dreaming a flashy car, having a newest gadgets, and living in a bigger house. But chasing material possessions created a vicious cycle. Every dollar I learned went right back out. I was stuck in a loop of earning and spending with nothing left to invest into my own future. Then something clicked. And instead of upgrading my car, I took the money I'd saved and reinvested into the marketing to my cleaning business. That single decision brought in enough new clients to afford the car I wanted, but this time without the financial stress. I realized that material possessions depreciate in value, but investments in yourself, in your business, can pay dividends for years. Now though, every time I'm tempted to make a big purchase, I pause and ask myself, does this improve my life or just my image? Most of the time, the answer is clear. Chasing status symbols wasn't going to bring me the freedom I was working for so hard to achieve. And how do you break this? What you want to do is focus on experiences and relationships. Material things fade, but the memories you create and the bonds you build will last a lifetime. And pause before purchases. Ask yourself, does this add value to my life? Or is this just an appearances? If it's the latter, then you want to skip it. Invest in the assets that appreciate over time. Put your money into things like knowledge, tools, or growing your business. These are the investments that create lasting wealth and freedom. And remember, the things you own shouldn't end up owning you. The true success is about building a life that gives you the freedom, my friend, not just things that give you feeling of satisfaction. Shift focus from looking wealthy to becoming a truly wealthy in freedom, opportunity, and fulfillment. Number 7, neglecting health and wellness. What is the point of success if you're too unhealthy to enjoy it? I used to think skipping meals, living on caffeine, and sacrificing sleep meant I was being productive, but I learned the hard way that neglecting your health doesn't save time. It drains your energy, focus, and ultimately your quality of life degrades. Your body is a temple. It's the only place your soul lives. For years, I treated mine like an afterthought. My days were powered by caffeine. My nights were cut short to squeeze in more work or a fun time. And meals were something I skipped because I was too busy. I thought this was the hustle I looked like. But in reality, I was burning myself out mentally, physically, and emotionally. Then came the moment of clarity. I asked myself, what is the point of building a business, of achieving financial freedom if I'm too unhealthy to enjoy it? That question forced me to reevaluate everything. I realized that neglecting my health wasn't saving me time. It was robbing me out of the energy and focus I needed to succeed. So I started small. I built my morning routine, simple but powerful. It's now my foundation for success, and it transformed my energy, focus, and productivity. Every day I wake up feeling stronger and more capable of tackling whatever comes my way. And how do you break it? Again, start small. Don't try to overhaul your health overnight. Begin with simple steps. 1, hydrate first thing in the morning. Do a 7-minute workout or meditate for just 5 minutes. Small, consistent actions lead to big changes. Use tools to build consistency. Apps like MyFitnessPal, or I use 7-minute workout. It's free on Android and I think on iOS as well. Make it easier to track progress and stay committed because they have reminders. And then treat your health as the greatest asset you possibly can have. Your health is the foundation for everything else that comes in your life. Without it, nothing else can thrive. Protect it the same way you'd protect the most valuable investment. By prioritizing your health, you will not only extend your life, but you'll also improve the focus, energy, and productivity in ways that simply amplify your success. Take care of your body. It's the one asset you truly cannot afford to neglect. So let's reinforce and recap what we just spoke about. Breaking free from the rat race starts with breaking the habit that holds you back. 1, stop living beyond your means. Avoid the debt trap by prioritizing assets that grow your wealth, not liabilities that drain it. Commit to self-education. Never stop learning. Invest in yourself by reading, listening, and surrounding yourself with people who challenge and uplift and encourage you. Reframe failure as feedback. Failure isn't the end, it's a lesson. Use it as a stepping stone to refine your approach and grow stronger and build massive income streams. Don't trade your time for money forever. Create systems and assets that work for you, even when you are not working. And push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Growth and comfort don't mix. Embrace discomfort. Take risks and watch your confidence and opportunities pile up. Value freedom over possession. Success isn't about material things, it's about the freedom and fulfillment you create. Focus on what you truly adds value to your life. And then prioritize your health. Your health fuels everything else. Without it, nothing else matters. Treat your body like the most important investment you'll ever make. These habits aren't just theoretical. They are practical steps that anyone can take, one at a time, to escape the rat race and build life of freedom, growth, and fulfillment. Choose one habit, tackle this week, commit to it, and start by building momentum towards the life you truly deserve. And breaking free from the rat race isn't just a dream. It's a choice, my friend. You make every single day when you wake up. Small, pick one habit, do it, commit to it. Find an accountability partner. Leave a note and comment here. Say what habit you are going to start as of tomorrow, and put it out to the universe and stick to it. And if you like this video, then I'm sure you're going to enjoy this video. Keep on crushing your businesses and your success. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out before you hop in here. Bye for now.